Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो तारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Cause is never known. It is the effects which indicate the possibility of the cause. Like we go to the doctor and then we tell him or her the symptoms. Symptoms are effects. From those effects, the cause is inferred. And therefore, it is called cause and the effect. Now, very subtle point, be attentive. The cause is determined because of the effect. Therefore, the cause is the cause of the effect. And because of the cause, there are effects. Therefore, which is the cause and which is the effect? One softy asked his digitally downloaded son. He was not agreeing with anything. So he became angry. So, Shesham Kopena Pured. When you cannot give a solution, become angry. So he became angry. And he said, I gave you birth and this is the way you behave and talk to your father. Now this digitally downloaded virus said, Dad, who called you dad before my birth? Therefore, I am your father. So what we have to understand, cause and effect are mutually dependent. Mutually dependent variables are supported by an independent factor. So simple. Therefore, cause and effect is an illusion. But we cannot go without it. That is how the training is, right from childhood. And wherever we have not asked this cause, why, our approach to life is different. Like we have never asked this question, why the fire is hot? We have never asked. Accept. This is how the fire is. Then, now start thinking. After accepting that the fire is hot, start thinking. And then what will be that thinking? How we can use this destructive property of the fire to our benefit. This is how we start thinking. If this example is clear, in the same manner, why God created this world? So the rule is, from the known, the unknown is reached. Known is the effect, unknown is the cause. So what is known to us? The world is known. So next question comes, who created this world? Cause. If we accept the world as it is and then deal with it, we will never be miserable. It is something like an NRI coming to Bengaluru and driving the car and becomes agitated. Why it is like that? He will continue to be miserable. Nobody can help him. But if we accept Bengaluru is like this, then thereafter deal with. Therefore, why this world was created, who created this world? To answer these questions, our scriptures tell that Brahman is the cause of this world. It is simultaneously the material and efficient cause of this world. And this Ishvara who created this world, again we go at two levels, totality and individuality. And they cannot be separated. They are together. Like if you take, what is the total world? 5 great elements. What is the individual body? The same 5 elements. It's not something different. Therefore, when we take this knowledge, then you will very beautifully experience that when the body dies, nobody dies. Nothing happens. Death becomes an illusion. Death is a big bluff. Death is a big bluff. How come? Just think. All the problems are dissolved by proper inquiry, not by arguments. So when the body dies, what happens? The 5 elements of which the body was made, they are released, returned back. So earth element goes back to earth, water element goes back to water, fire goes to fire, air goes to air, and the space which was occupied by the body is released. What died? Crying over death is, like what? I have taken 2 million rupees loan from bank and enjoyed. Now I have to pay back. It is so difficult. So as paying back the loan is a painful affair, in the same manner, paying back the 5 elements is a painful affair. Be friends. Therefore, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha, Esha Antaryami, Esha Yoni Sarvasya, Prabhavapyavehi Bhutanam. This Anandamaya, Prajna at individual level, totality level, Ishvara. See? Prajna is the Karan Sharira, causal body. Why causal? Because it is the cause of the waking and the dream. In the same manner, for the totality, it is Ishvara. Now, take this picture in front of you. Totality, Ishvara, individuality is Prajna. Totality is Hiranyagarbha or Brahmaji. Individuality is the Antakaran Chatushtay. Brahmaji has got 4 heads, Antakaran Chatushtay, Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankar. Totality, the Virat Purusha, the total gross world. Individuality, the gross body. Can the effect remain without the cause. But the cause can remain without effect. Can the ornaments remain without the gold? No. But gold can remain without becoming ornament. Therefore, the spiritual practice will be start your journey from the individuality and merge in the totality. Totality is one, individualities are many. See? The son, husband, father, many. Man, one. So who is miserable? These three. What is the solution? Go back. Drop the father, drop the wife, drop the son. How to drop them? Don't take them seriously. That's it. Spiritual life is as simple as this. But we have to do something. Suffer. One bhajan I was playing, Anuraniya Evada, Tuka Akasha Evada. It is a translation of a mantra from Kathopanishad. Anoho Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atma Sajanto Nihito Guhaya Tamakratu Pashtati Vita Shokaha Mahimanam Atmana. The truth is subtler than the subtlest and bigger than the biggest. Like the space. The space can be accommodated comfortably in the eye of a needle, and it can accommodate all the cosmos, all the galaxies. And therefore, one of the spiritual practices is make absence as the object of experience. But absence is not an object. Can we say, hey, kindly get me a glass of absence? No. Then absence of what? Then you must know what is the world. World is name and form. So absence of name and form. Now out of these two variables, take any one. Absence of sounds, words. So make absence of sounds as the object of experience. What will happen? You will stop reacting to all sounds. Because your attention is not on the sounds. Now, you are so many, 50 of you are sitting here. Why I am able to know that you are 50? Now from your point of view. How many fingers? 4. They are 4. Why? Because in between them there is absence of finger. So in fact, you are seeing both. You are seeing the forms as well as the absence of the forms. But to what we have given importance? We have given importance to the forms, Rupa. And therefore, that which is supporting the Rupa, the form, that is forgotten. Although experience, not recognized. Friends. Therefore, what is the cause of this world? Esha Sarveshwara, Esha Sarvajnaha. This Ishvara at the totality level and Prajna at the individuality level is the cause of this world. So Esha Sarveshwara, he is the Supreme One. Now between these two, Ishvara, the cause, and the Prajna is the effect. Can the effect remain without the cause? No. But the cause can remain independent and without becoming effect. Therefore, when we are thus focusing our attention on this understanding, then we will come to know everything that is happening in our life. We are squarely responsible for that. Nobody is responsible. Presently, what is our condition? If I am a husband, thank God I am not. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery will be my wife. If I am a father, the cause of my misery will be my kids. See, now when I take this, that which is disturbing and troubling me, is it real? And once we recognize this, we will remain in the same place, we won't change anything, but we will not be any more disturbed by anything. This is the purpose for what we are studying. Esha Sarveshwaraha, He is the Supreme Reality. We are the Supreme Reality. And therefore, the cause never fights with the effect. Those who blame others for anything in their life, they have not stepped on the spiritual path even 1 centimeter. Everything that is in our life, we are 100% responsible. How? One husband came to me and as usual said, Swamiji, I am fed up of my wife, what to do, you please tell me. What can I tell? You are asking an unmarried person to give advice to a married fool? So, no, tell something. I said, what is that? Throw her away. Divorce. Swamiji, she is earning. I am a leech. Then what to do? But why she is doing like this thing? Why see? Not who. Why? Then I had to tell him to help him. What will I tell? Look here. In the last life, you have tortured her. You have troubled her. And therefore, she was doing Karwa Chauth. What for? Next 7 lives, she will take the revenge. There was one man in UK. He and his wife, they came to Namaskar, everything. He says, Swamiji, I have never objected my wife doing anything. Do anything you like. I never objected. One thing only I told her, don't do that, but she doesn't listen. What? I told her, don't do Karwa Chauth. Do anything. But then because you tortured her last life, therefore in this life she has again come as your wife and she is taking the revenge. But I don't know, I don't remember. See, you may not remember, but it has happened. Oh God. Then, now in this life, behave properly with her. Then what will happen? Put these 2 things together. You stop blaming her and start behaving proper with her. Next life, what will happen? She will not be your wife. Really? I am ready. Now, what we have done, what our scriptures have done, and what we have understood. The scriptures tell us we existed before this body was born. We are the same in this body. And in the next body also we will be the same. Therefore, who are we? Are we born and do we die? See, friends, it is for this purpose, this cause and effect is brought for us to understand, to go beyond cause and effect. So, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha. So, we are the causal body, the Prajna, and we are responsible for everything that is happening in our life. Esha Sarvajnaha, and he knows everything, knower of everything. Then, Eshaha Antaryami, he is the one who is, the Ayam is controlled. He is the inner controller. When somebody is in what you call coma, that time that body is not there, but the body continues to be live. So that body, which is still living, not dead, but there is nobody who is living in that body. Therefore, a person in coma doesn't suffer. So, Esha Yoni Sarvasya. So, this causal body or the prajna is never the sufferer. Now, out of him only the whole world comes. And what is the world? Whatever was earlier stored, that alone comes. Esha Yoni Sarvasya, everything comes out of it. So, is it not? What comes out of it? In Dakshinamurti Stotra, probably in the second verse, बीजस्यांतरिवांकुरो जगदिदं प्रांग निर्विकल्पम पुनः माया कल्पित देश काल कलना वैचित्र चित्रीकृतम माया कल्पित देश काल कलना. So in the seed, the whole tree is unmanifest way existing, and then Maya Kalpita, by the inner potentiality of the seed, Maya Kalpita, then projection of time, space and sequence is created. Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. Therefore, Vaichitra Chitri Krutam, multiplicity is manifested. So when we are in deep sleep, time, space and sequence or the objects are not there. So when we are awake, what happens? These three things are projected. Maya Kalpita, Desha Kala Kalana, where I am, when I am, and what I am. Thereafter, the whole samsara begins. So where from all this thing is coming? Esha Yoni Sarvasya. Now Sarvasya means everything. Meaning what? Objective, subjective both. So, objective, Brahman is the material cause of this world. Subjective, Brahman is the efficient cause of the world. Same Brahman. It is here many of us, rather most of us, are unable to comprehend this. The examples which are given, that gold is the material cause of the ornament, easy to understand. Waves and ocean. So ocean is the material cause of the waves, very easy to understand. But the same Paramatma, the Brahman, is the material cause of both the inert world and the sentient being. How can we digest that? Here inquiry helps. And this inquiry from our day-to-day experiences. Like fire you take. The fire has got two qualities. One is heat, second is light. So when we apply fire to water in a pan, what is happening? Only heat aspect is manifesting in the water. And therefore, if we conclude that fire is only hot, no light, will it be a complete understanding of the fire? But I can't see the light in this water. What to do? Do other experiment. Apply the same fire to a piece of wood. There both heat and light will manifest. So what is the reason? That in one place only the heat, in other place both heat and light. What is the reason? Reason is the instrument through which it is expressing. So that through which the reality expresses only as existence, it is inert world. And that through which the reality can express as both existence as well as knowledge, that is sentient world. Friends. And from this, we have to go beyond existence and sentiency. For this, we are studying this. So, Esha Yoni Sarvasya, the same reality is both the material cause as well as the efficient cause. In Mandukya Upanishad, a mantra comes to indicate this. It is said here, Yathornanabi srujate grunnate cha yatha pruthivyam oshadayas sambhavanti yatha satap purushat keshalomani tatha aksharat sambhavati vishwam. Yatha urnanabi, the spider. Srujate grunnate cha. There is no building material supplier. There is no architect. There are no laborers. There is no engineer. And yet the whole WWW is created. Isn't it? So that spider is everything. He is the material cause. He is the efficient cause. And when the spider is doing something, if he suspects some danger is coming, he absorbs everything inside. How beautiful it is. When a spider can create everything without anybody's help, can't the God create? Then, another funny thing. Yatha pruthivyam oshadaya sambhavanti. Earth is inert. From that inert earth, the living plants grow. And third surprise, Satab Purushat Kesha Lomani. From the living person, only the hair can grow. From the dead person, hairs don't grow. If a person is sleeping, there also the hair growth is there, the nail growth is there because he is still sleeping, alive. Tatha Purushat, in the same manner, from that one reality, this world of apparent contradictions, Jada Chetana, is created. Now here there is a difference between yoga, then your Sankhya Shastra, and also the Siddha Marga. There the basic difference is that they take one soul per body. And therefore there are many souls. Therefore there is a duality. Therefore blessing and cursing continues. But here we are told there is one reality expressing in and through Jada Chetan. Friends. So, Esha Yoni Sarvasya. So, is it not our experience in the dream? Everything is nothing but our mind. The inert world is our mind. Then the modifications or the changes or activities is our mind. The living beings is our mind. The moving being is our mind. The good is mind. Everything is the same mind. When our dumb mind can create a beautiful dream, see friends. Therefore, Esha Yoni Sarvasya Prabhava Pavihi Bhutanam. And from this, the whole world is born and goes and comes back and goes on and on. Therefore, when these questions are asked, when the world was created, so the scientists will get lost. 293 trillion years before, you ask him how many zeros. See, friends, one child was asking me this question. When we go to some people's home, they ask the question. They know I don't like questions, so through child. So one child, I was taking breakfast and her mother was giving me food, something. Swamiji, yes, when this world was created, where from the world begins and where the world ends? Hey, you are so intelligent. Who asked you to ask this question? Mummy. Such dumb questions are not asked by children. I'll tell you the children's question, how genius they are. You tell if something bad happens, it is because of our earlier bad acts. But when something good happens, then you say it is God's grace. Is it not? Why is a double standard? This is the genius question. So to that girl, I said, where is your mummy? That very moment, mummy came. I said, Mama, why didn't you ask me directly this question? Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, I am a vegetarian. I don't eat people. I said, now I will tell you. But you have to answer my question. My rule is very simple. एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूं. हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब. Yes. When did you wake up this morning? Swamiji, I said, simply answer. No other things. 7 o'clock. World was created at 7 o'clock. Where from the world begins? World begins from our gross body, Gujarati. Gross body. And where the world ends, the same gross body. How long the world exists till you don't sleep in satsang? This is the meaning of this 15th chapter, first verse. Urdhvamulam adashakam ashwattam pravuravayam. Don't look at the tree. It has to be subjective. This studying the scriptures is different than reading a novel. It is something like when I am looking at the camera, I am not looking at the camera, or I am not looking at the mirror. I am looking in the mirror. And in that mirror, I am not seeing the reflection. I am seeing myself. Exactly the same way. When we study scriptures, we are not reading books. We are not trying to make it a kind of something great achievement or failure. When we see our own face in the mirror, is it an achievement? Hey, I can see my face in the mirror. No. Therefore, Esha Sarveshwara Esha Sarvajnaha. So there is but one reality, and that is our essential nature. In Kaivalya Upanishad, we have seen, Mai eva sakalam jatam, everything is born in me. Mai sarvam pratishtitam, everything is sustained in me. Mai sarvam layam yati, everything goes back to me. Tad brahmadvayam asmi. Everything is born in the space, everything is sustained in the space, everything is destroyed, goes back to the space. But where is the space? Space is in our mind. Friends, this is the meaning. When you study at individual level, experience must be at the totality level. Otherwise, it is only logic and reason. We have to go beyond that. On this, Gaudapadacharya has written Karikas. Therefore, this is normally referred as Mandukya Karika. So the first chapter that we are studying is called as Agama Prakarana. Agama means the original Vedic text, what we have studied so far. Now on this, Gaudapadacharya, who was the guru of Bhagwan Shankaracharya, it is said in the tradition, according to the historical way of looking at it, they say Bhagwan Shankaracharya was in the 7th century. But according to the tradition, they don't accept it. Gaudapada Acharya was the disciple of the Shukacharya. Shukacharya was a disciple of Bhagwan Vedavyas. And Gaudapada Acharya's disciple was Govindapada Acharya. Govindapada disciple was Bhagwan Shankaracharya. This is how it is. So, Gaudapada Acharya has written beautiful commentary. It's called as Karika. And they, up to here, whatever we have studied, it is summarized in a very simple way. We'll read it. You can repeat after me. Bahishpradnyo vibhurvishvo yanta prajnastu taijasaha gana prajnastatha prajnaha eka eva tridha smritaha. What we have studied so far is this. Bahishpradnya vibhur vishvaha. Bahishpradnya. Sula bhokta. So the waker, Bahishpradnya, the external world, in the gross life, then antarprajnastu taijasa. So when we are totally detached from the gross body and the gross world, yet the experiences continue. So the experiences are happening in the mind. So mind itself is becoming the object of experience and the experiencer of the object and the experiencer of the object. The same mind is divided into, technically we call it Triputi, the three things. Triputi. And all the spiritual practices, when the Triputi Kshirnata Meti Brahma Nirvana Mruchati, when the Triputi disappears. Now out of this Triputi, if we have to disappear, what we have to do? Experiencer, experienced, create the experiencer. So when any experience we have, immediately experiencer is created in the form of a comment. I like it, I don't like, important, not important. But if there is an experience, but there is no reaction, therefore no experiencer is created, therefore the experiencer has no impact on us. Like listening to silence. The dogs will keep on barking, but we don't get disturbed. Living in this mode 24/7 is living meditation. देखो महाराज, Bahishpradnya Vishvabhuhu Antaprajnastu Taijasaha and Ghana Prajna Tatha Prajnaha. So the Prajna is Ghana Prajna, only knowledge. Where there is no knower known difference. Ghana Prajna. Ekam evam eka tridha smritaha. Therefore the one is referred in three ways because of the three conditionings. Like the same man is referred as the son, husband and father, but he is one. When the father dies, what happens to the son? Nothing. Because he cannot be a son without a father. When the wife dies, what happens to the husband? Nothing. Because he cannot be a husband without wife. But he continues to exist. When you take this knowledge in letter and spirit, nobody can disturb you, nobody can make you miserable. Like the space, supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. Like the mirror, reflects everything, rejects nothing, but doesn't get influenced by any reflection. See? So this eka eva tridha smritaha, the one is referred as three. How he is referred as three? With reference to the effect. Who is this person? Guptaji. Guptaji? Who is Guptaji? He is the son-in-law of Mr. Verma. Oh, Verma, that Verma? That Verma. Oh, God. So what is the relationship? The reference is there. Therefore, referential existence is not the reality. Then you start dealing with Guptaji. And then you get sufficiently cheated. Thereafter, again, you talk to the same person. Do you know the Guptaji, last time I introduced you? Now don't introduce me, I know him very well. Sakshat Aparoksha Anubhuti. Therefore, these three are to be recognized in us. Now find out, where are they? Next mantra. Dakshinakshi mukhe vishwaha manasyantastu tejasaha आकाशे च हृदि प्राज्ञः त्रिधा देहे व्यवस्थितः. Where is the waker, where is the dreamer, and where is the deep sleeper? These are the three addresses given. So, Dakshinakshi Mukhe Vishwaha. Vishwa, the waker, is in the right eye. I don't know, I am not an eye doctor. EYE. Okay? But they say the right eye is little powerful than the left eye. Don't know what to explain. 6/6. So, Vaker is living in the right eye. Now we have to take it by Lakshana Vritti. Vaker is living in the right eye means Vaker is the waker when he is identified with all the faculties. Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Manabuddhi, he is a waker. This is the meaning. Otherwise, okay, he is in the right eye and he is troubling me. Destroy his right eye, he will die. Nothing will happen. So, Dakshinakshi Mukhe Vishwa. Manasyantastu Tejasa. Manasi Anta. The one who is in the mind is the dreamer. Then the third one. Akashecha Hrudi Pradnyaha. The Pradnya is in the Hridaya Akash. What is Akash? Total absence, emptiness. In the emptiness, in the absence, what remains is the Pradnya. Therefore, when we are disturbed, what we want, hey, little keep quiet here. Shanta. Why? Because we want to drop our sense organs, we want to drop the agitations of the mind, and then we reach the Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now, Tridha Eka Eva Tridha Smutaha. The one. So the reality that we are, with reference to identification with the gross body, we become maker. With the subtle body, we become dreamer. In the absence of the two, we become the Pradnya, three. In this manner, Eka Eva Dehe Tridha Sthitaha. So in the heart of the son is the man. In the heart of the husband is the man. In the heart of the father is the man. So where are these three fellows? The son, the husband and the father. And in their heart are these fellows. Where are they? See friends, if one has studied Vedanta Shastra and digested it, not vomiting, digested it, then he can never get disturbed and justify our disturbances. Because simple thing, who is disturbed? Husband. Is he real? No. What is he? Mistake. Friends, life becomes so simple, but we take it so seriously and carry the burden throughout our life. So, these three fellows are in the same body. Continuing further, Bhagavan Shankaracharya written such a big commentary on this mantra. Now, these three guys, the Vishwa, Tejas and Pradya. The first we have seen the world, then the experiencer of the world, Vishwa, Tejas, Pradya. Now, what are the worlds? Where these people are getting their experiences? This is the third mantra. Vishwo hi sthula bhugnityam Tejasaha pravivikta bhuka Ananda bhuktastatha pradnyaha Tridha bhogam nibodhata. Now, these are the three areas where these three fellows live. So, Vishwa, the waker, through the gross body, is experiencing the gross world. The Tejasa, in the subtle body, is experiencing only the impressions on the mind, not the actual realities. And the third, the Pradnya is Ananda Bhuk. The deep sleeper, the Pradnya, the deep sleeper is experiencing the Ananda. Now, what is this Ananda? Absence of waking and dream. Therefore, what is waking and dream? It is the khichdi of joy and sorrows. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियां. Therefore, the deep sleep, Ananda, if we reflect on it and understand what is that because of which we are experiencing bliss in the deep sleep, go find out. Then you will come to discover two things are absent. One, there is no sense of otherness, and second, there is no sense of incompleteness. Drop these two things, you cannot be miserable. When there is a sense of otherness, oh, this pen is very good phone. What is this? Where it is available? What is the model? Then I want it. Desires come. But when it is already mine, I cannot have desire for the same thing. In the same manner, when sense of incompleteness is not there, there cannot be desires. And when there are desires, desire is about what? Something other than the self. Like eyes can see everything else except themselves. In the same manner, we desire everything else other than ourselves. About ourselves, what we desire, we want to be eternal. We should not die. And the truth is, we don't die. But we don't know we don't die. मरने भी नहीं देते. देखो संतो, if you study Mandukya, you are not allowed to die. Ananda Bhuktatha Pradnya Tidha Bhoga Nibodhata. Then continue. Next stage is the experiences. Sthulam Tarpayate Vishwam Praviviktam Tu Tejasam Anandashcha Tatha Pradnyam Tridha Truptim Nibodhata. See how step by step. First of all, who is this Pradnya, etc. And then where do they operate? Then what are their fields of experiences? Now, what they get. So, Sthulam Tarpayate Vishwam. The waker is fulfilled, Trupti. He finds completeness in the gross world. Sthulam Tarpayate Vishwam. Praviviktam tu Tejasam. And the Tejasa, the dreamer, is happy by the dreams which are nothing is there. What we call Khayali Pulao. Khayali Pulao, you go on imagining, if I do this thing, I'll get married to her, and then we'll. And the dream breaks. Thank God the dream broke. Imaginary living is the Tejas. And therefore we keep on running here and there. Many years before, I was traveling from Delhi to Mumbai. Those days, this Rajdhani Express had recently been introduced in India. So somebody booked my seat, 3 and 2, and aisle in between. And I got a seat in the center of the three. On the left side, there was overflowing Sindhi coming out of his chair. On the right side, there was a fireball, one young girl, and in the center I was. Now he is pushing me. And if I go a little near her, immediately news. So I was in meditation. Then in the morning, I went for the bathroom. Excuse me. So I went and came back. Then she also said, by the way, where are you going? I said, I don't go anywhere by the way. I go by proper way. Oh, you talk sense. I said, yes, I don't talk nonsense. See? What questions we talk, what answer. Then I'm going to Mumbai. I said, go, very good. Do you know why? I said, whatever you will be going, you will get it. But you tell me, what is the dream of your life? So this she started telling. I like oceans. So there should be a nice house on the sea beach, a beautiful house, and a nice car, an intelligent, handsome husband, 2 cute children. That's the dream of my life. I'll be very happy if I get that. I said, okay, let us analyze. Then, you want happiness now or after getting out of the train? Now, yes. You want happiness because of the train or not because of the train? You want happiness to last all the time? You want this happiness without efforts or with efforts? Oh God, so many questions. Yes. We only know struggle, and when the struggle is quietened, we feel happy, but we don't know the struggle was a misery. Therefore, jo thari raha hai, so mari raha hai. Everything is fine. Give yourself zero choice, you will be happier than the happiest. No choice. Therefore, our Mahamantra, jo thari raha hai, so mari raha hai. So, Sthulam Tarpayate Vishwam, the gross world satisfied the Vishwa, the subtle world satisfies the Tejasa, the Pradnya is satisfied by the Ananda, and in this manner, Tridha Truptim Nivodata, the contentment, fulfillment is at the 3 levels for the 3 people. Now, continuing further, त्रिषु धामसु यद्भोज्यम् भोक्ता यश्च प्रकीर्तितः वेदैतत् उभयं यस्तु स भुञ्जानो न लिप्यते. त्रिषु धामसु, in all the 3 fields of experience, yet bhojyam and bhokta prakirtitaha, that what is known, what is the object of experience and the experiencer, he who Veda, he who knows this, Veda ubhayam, saha bhunjanona lipyate. When he is enjoying this world, he doesn't get caught up in the enjoyment. Meaning what? Experience will be there, but experiencer will not be born. See? Why? We have seen. It is the same reality which is expressing through the 3 conditionings. And therefore, for the Vishwa, the gross world, Tejas, the subtle world, and the Pradnya, the deep sleep. They are enjoying. But they are not lipyate, they are not influence. See? If we cannot give up body identification, we cannot have dream and deep sleep experience. But we do give up. If we cannot give up subtle body identification, we cannot have deep sleep. Meaning, our existence is independent of waking, dream, and deep sleep. So, bhunjano na lipyate. And therefore, such a master, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati 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 eva. Because there is a bhoga, but there is no bhokta. There is a misery, but there is no miserable. There is a joy, but there is not excited one. This is the meaning. Rishudhamasu bhojyam bhokta yascha prakirtita. Now, Veda etat ubhayam. He who knows both. Now we have to understand what is the object of enjoyment and who is the enjoyer and where from the joy comes. When there is a sense of incompleteness, like when we are hungry, then we look at the kitchen. There is a desire to get food. The first is sense of incompleteness. And thereafter, our mind starts projecting. If I get that laptop, it will be good. I'll be very happy. Because you have heard laptop at throwaway prices. This is how the marketing strategy is. Buy one, take two free. So the desire becomes fueled up. And then, why I want that? Because that object I don't have. That object is a source of happiness. Without that object, I am incomplete. What a life without that object. Therefore, I must get that object. This together is called as birth of a desire. And what for you want that object? That object for becoming miserable? No, that object is the source of happiness. So to put it together, whatever we do to get whatever, what for we do? Do we do anything to become miserable? So you are all married. Tell me who of you got married to become miserable? Further fill in the blank. So what is mistake is, we are seeking happiness. Don't seek happiness. Express happiness. The seekers of happiness are the bankrupt of their own beauty. So he who knows this, that when an average person eats rasgulla, he experiences the sweetness and happiness is coming from the rasgulla. But a wise man, when he eats the same thing, he knows the sweetness and the happiness is sprinkled by him on that object. It's not coming from outside. Object is the same. If your mood is bad for whatever reason, even the best thing that you like, can you enjoy it? So where from everything is coming? And therefore, friends, what is said here, Veda etat ubhayam yastu sabunjanona lipyate. Meaning, although he is enjoying, but he does not create any impressions on his mind, and therefore an enjoyer is not born. That is why experience without experiencer is the spiritual practice. Dekho Maharaj, that means I should not do anything. Try. If there is nothing, you'll keep on moving your leg. Kurvanneveha karmani jiji visheshatakam sama. We should not be irresponsible, but we should not get influenced by anything in this world. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.